Hi. Welcome to today's engagement workshop and thank you for joining me in today's topic of compassion. Before we get started, I will place a 1-minute timer on the screen so you can take a moment to define what compassion means to you. Thank you for taking the time to define compassion. Please, leave a class comment with your definition of compassion. Now let's get ready to start our workshop. Make sure you printed the compassion workbook pages. If you haven't, pause the video and go do that now. Follow along with the workbook pages on the screen. You have defined what compassion means to you. However, compassion is often confused with empathy, but there is a clear difference between the two. While empathy creates connection and a sense of support within our community, compassion encourages action. Compassion is a sense of concern that arises when we are confronted with someone's suffering and feel motivated to see that suffering relieved. Self-compassion is the ability to apply that to the self. Self-compassion entails being warm and understanding toward ourselves when we suffer, fail, or feel inadequate, rather than ignoring our pain or hurting ourselves with self-criticism. When we are self-compassionate, it becomes natural to be compassionate towards others. Compassion looks different in each stage of our lives. For now, your compassion can simply be knowing when to walk away from a challenging conversation instead of responding with anger. Ending someone's suffering can start by not contributing to it. That is a form of taking action with compassion. As you develop stronger boundaries, communication skills, and overall health, your compassion towards yourself and others will look different. Let's look at 4 steps that get us closer to compassion. Step 1. The Circle of Growth, developed by psychologist Lev Vygotsky in 1930, addresses a cognitive approach to compassion. It helps us notice the condition of others, ourselves, and the world around us. This concept has 3 areas: safety, growth, and overwhelm. We are most often in the safety zone, as it is the area in which we can learn on our own. However, it is important to challenge ourselves to go toward the area of growth so we can learn from others. It is critical to be compassionate towards ourselves in our personal growth and compassionate towards others as we encourage them to grow, because we can easily fall in the area of overwhelm. When we push ourselves or others to a state of overwhelm, we feel like everything is out of reach, and that makes us think we can't do anything, which as a result, sends us back to the safety zone. Being back in the safety zone is like starting over, because we have to rebuild our self-compassion and confidence to motivate ourselves to go toward the area of growth. Pay attention to how far you stretch yourself for growth. Also, notice if you place expectations on others' growth. Everyone is different and growth is too. Step 2. The Just Like Me compassion practice, developed by spiritual teacher Ram Dass, is an emotional connection to compassion. It helps us feel and be moved by the condition of others, their suffering, and their joy. Towards the end of this video, we will practice this meditation together. For now, pause to analyze yourself and your connection with others. Are you able to extend compassion in challenging situations? The Just Like Me compassion practice encourages us to humanize others. When in a challenging situation with someone else, identify what you have in common with that person by making a "just like me" statement. For example, just like me, this person gets overwhelmed. Just like me, this person needs acceptance and validation. Step 3. When Jesus feeds the 5,000, we are motivated to approach life with compassion. This helps us care enough to feel compelled to do something to help relieve suffering. Important disclaimer: you are not Jesus, and your approach to compassion and ending suffering for others must start with baby steps. Simply pausing for some time before responding to someone's comments about you can be compassionate. This allows you to consider the other person and their humanity. With this pause, your response is more likely to be beneficial for both parties versus your heated initial thought that could hurt that person further. However, as written in an article in Our Daily Bread, Jesus offered divine compassion toward women, children, and those on the edges of society. According to Jesus, divine compassion could and would change members of the ostracized out-group into members of God's in-group. In his saving mercy, Jesus also broke through other barriers. He especially broke through the barrier of connection. There is a short story that the 4 Gospels agree with. You can find it in Mark 6:30-44. This story talks about a moment when Jesus and the apostles were tired and looking for a quiet place away from the crowds of followers. However, the crowds of people found them in their quiet place. Mark 6:34 says, "When Jesus landed and saw a large crowd, he had compassion on them because they were like sheep without a shepherd. So he began teaching them many things." This verse reminds us that we all live a busy life with our ups and downs, but it is important to address the lost sheep with love and compassion. That doesn't mean you must break your boundaries, but instead, when God is with you, you can respond with peace in the midst of your chaos, for he can provide that inner peace to transform your connection. The story continues with a scene at dusk and Jesus deciding he wants to feed a crowd of 5,000, but there is no food. A child then offers his 5 loaves and 2 fish in a basket. Jesus performed a miracle and pulled an endless supply of food for the crowd and had leftovers. With this verse, I am not encouraging you to perform miracles, but instead to be like the child in this story. Don't worry about how small your approach is to end someone's suffering. When God is in control, he will multiply it. Sometimes all we can do is pray for someone else, and as little help as that may seem, when God hears our prayers, he answers far greater than we can. Let us be reminded of the verse in Colossians 3:12. This verse encourages us to show up with compassion, kindness, humility, gentleness, and patience. While I understand this is no easy task, with God and practice you can get there. Step 4. Taking action is only possible if we are willing to approach compassion with our behavior. This helps when we have a desire to take action and do something to help relieve suffering for ourselves or others. This step requires internal motivation and can be ignited by several practices, including meditation. We've made it to the end of today's engagement workshop on compassion. Before you leave, let's do a 10-minute meditation together. You can find a paper copy of the Self-Compassion Meditation in the Compassion Materials section of the classwork. Self-compassion meditation aims towards becoming aware of an area of the body that is experienced as unsafe, painful, or upsetting, and then sending compassion to that area while also learning how to relax it. When you send compassion to these areas of the body, it can help you feel relaxed, safer, and improve your relationship with your body. However, we will do a compassion practice of embracing common humanity meditation, which is designed to bring awareness towards the feelings and thoughts that arise when you contemplate different kinds of people, including those who might not typically fall in your comfort zone. Let's begin our meditation. Start by settling the mind. Get comfortable in your chair and find an alert, yet relaxed posture. You can hold your spine straight, but not stiff. Take 3 deep cleansing breaths, taking time to slowly open up on the in-breath and slowly let go or relax on the out-breath. Let go of the deep breathing and any efforts to control the breath, and just let the breath return to its natural rhythm. Now bring to mind someone easy to love, such as a loved one or friend. Visualize them, remembering a pleasant interaction. Notice how it feels to be with a loved one or friend to whom you can offer love. Now silently pray for this loved one or friend, or you can say silently to yourself, "Just like me, this person wishes to be happy. Just like me, this person wishes to avoid suffering. Just like me, this person wants to be loved, safe, and healthy. Just like me, this person does not want to feel fear, rejection, or loneliness." Rest for a moment in this feeling of essential sameness between you and your loved one or friend. Let go of the phrases, simply reflect on your similarities, extending comfort and concern to yourself. Now, bring to your mind a stranger. This could be anyone whom you can recall by face, but don't have any particular feelings toward. Think of a person you saw walking past you, a cashier at the store, or someone you've seen in the building, but never talked to. Someone you don't know. Visualize this person as best you can. Imagine their lives, full of daily details, just like yours. Wonder about the people who love or need them, and bring awareness to any thoughts, sensations, or emotions that arise, including indifference. Now silently pray for this stranger, or you can say silently to yourself, Just like me, this person wishes to be happy. Just like me, this person wishes to avoid suffering. Just like me, this person wants to be loved, safe, and healthy. Just like me, this person does not want to feel fear, rejection, or loneliness. When you are ready, let go of their image, and rest for a moment in the recognition of the essential sameness between you and this stranger. Finally, bring to your mind someone with whom you have had a difficult relationship. Take care not to start with your most challenging relationship, picking a minor event or conflict. This might include any level of conflict, anger, envy, rejection, betrayal, or competition. Allow yourself to bring this person to life by remembering a difficult interaction, or anything else that evokes a strong sense of this person. As you do so, notice your thoughts, bodily sensations, and emotions. If you feel a tendency to get swept up into the story, release the narrative and come back to the breath and any bodily sensations. Though your relationship is difficult, know this person has a rich, daily life. Imagine the people who love and depend on this person. There is someone who needs them. This person has hopes and dreams, pleasure and pain. Now silently pray for this person, or you can say silently to yourself, just like me, this person wishes to be happy. Just like me, this person wishes to avoid suffering. Just like me, this person wants to be loved, safe, and healthy. Just like me, this person does not want to feel fear, rejection, or loneliness. When you are ready, let go of the sense of this person being there, and just return to your breath. Have compassion for yourself, and bring patience to any challenges you face as you work with this practice. Take a moment to acknowledge your wish to be happy and free of suffering and celebrate having invested time in cultivating that which you care about. Let's end this meditation by taking 3 deep cleansing breaths. I hope you enjoyed this engagement workshop. Feel free to return to the classwork to complete any remaining assignments. Thank you.